This is Jenchik Voon on the 27th of June, meeting up with the chief winemaker, Ray Nadeson, is it?
Nadeson.
Nadeson of, my apologies, of Leithbridge at the Bellarantine Peninsula. Oh, Ray, welcome to Singapore.
Well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here. So,
can you tell us a bit about your winemaking experience since you left UK in '83 to go to Australia?
well, the thing is, winemaking isn't the first thing I ever did. So I actually went off and did a PhD in neuroscience. So I'm actually a neuroscientist by trade, well before I became a winemaker. But one of the things I realised fairly early on in the piece was that I really love being outside, so I'm an outdoor person. And my hobbies are mountaineering and things like that. So one of the things I realised in the small print later on, that doing a PhD in science means that you work inside in a laboratory or a hospital, in my case, for the rest of my life. And one of the things I decided to do was that I wanted to have an outlet which was outside. So I decided that I would mix the two things together, my passion for wine and my love of making things and working outside. So I set up a winery from scratch in 1996. So the project started even a few years before that, but we actually conceptualized it probably in 1994, and then we actually put the vines in the ground in 1996.
So you say that you're a neuroscientist and you did your PhD. At which Australian institution did you do it in?
So I did my first degree at Monash, and then I ended up doing my PhD sort of spread out. Some of it was at Monash, some of it was at Melbourne, and some of it was at the Australian Institute of Marine Science up in Townsville.
Right.
So I worked in marine natural products, which is an outdoor sort of neuroscientist. So we actually went out and collected specimens off the Great Barrier Reef and then started to look at their activity in biological activity. So.
But that's very interesting because, as you well know, Ray, the soil, the limestone marl that you're dealing with are probably seabeds, say
right.
200,000 years ago.
Exactly.
And you're probably finding the arthropods and the various shellfish in the soil.
That's
so
exactly
you'll
right.
be able to.
The full circle, actually. It's kind of cool that we came from a background in something that sounds really quite obscure to come back to work in something which is to do with limestone. All my vineyards are on limestone sites, and to work back with the sea is kind of interesting and cool.
Okay, so can you